Hello, my Zentangle friends. This is Barbara Langston, CZT. I'm a Certified Zentangle Teacher, and welcome to another session of Not Perfect Zen. I hope you're doing well. This is my contact information. You're welcome to email me. I love getting emails from you. And if you happen to post your tiles on social media, please use @BBL_tangles, and that way I get notified and I can go look at what you've done. Okay, this is, what is today? February 25th, I believe. And with Valentine's coming up soon, I thought, well, I need to find some Valentine patterns. So what I did first, well, I found a couple of patterns, but then I colored a couple of tiles, and I did this with Lindys Magicals, and I did a little video to show you how I did these, and I'll do a better video later, but I do want to show you how I colored these tiles. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I'm coloring my tiles for Valentine's. I don't have any that have red or pink or Valentine type colors. So first thing I did was look at my color wheel, and red's the central color, or the main color, and then on each side is red, violet, red, orange, violet, and orange. So I looked in my Lindys, and these shakers, I have red and purple and pink, kind of an orange. So I'm going to try these. These shakers have little holes in the top, and so I just put a little bit into 4 sections of my palette. So let's move these out of the way now. The paper that I'm going to use for this is Canson XL. It is 140 pound cold pressed. I have several of these. They were on sale, so I bought them 7 by 10 inch. And what I did was I cut 2 5-inch tiles from that. And so on the other side where I had 2 inches, 2 inches left over, I cut that. These are 2 inches by 7 inches. And then that left me these little 3-inch by 2-inch that I can use just for testing colors. But you can color on Zentangle tiles. This is also the same paper. So I like to make some of my own tiles, and that's how I do it, mostly with the Canson XL. All right, so I recently watched some videos by Danigirl, and I can't remember her full name. I'll try to remember to put it in the description. But I'm going to show you first on a Zentangle tile. I have water. I have a little pipette in case I want to put more water down. I have just a flat brush, and then just a plain round brush. And this one's just a cheap one. You can tell the outside of it has come off. I have a rag that I've used many times, and I'm going to use a glove because these are stains, okay, and they will stain your hand. And so for the hand that I'm going to use down here on my board, I'm going to have my glove on. Okay, so what I learned from Danigirl from watching her was that she wets her whole tile, okay? And I'm going to do that, but I'm going to wet the back side first So with this flat brush, I have found that it doesn't need a lot, but if you'll just wet it before you start on the other side, it stays flat better. It does for me when I'm finished. Okay, so this has a good amount of water on it. Let's see if you can tell. Okay, and I'm going to kind of just even it out, but it doesn't have to be perfect. And now I'm going to wet this sponge. I mean, wet this brush. It's not a sponge. Okay, and then I'm just going to get my tip in here and then just start putting some color down. Okay, and if you have an idea of how you want your pattern to look, then you can do that. Let's get just a touch of purple. And, you know, careful with your colors because it can turn kind of brown. This is the orange. Okay. And then this is the pink. And I just like a mix of colors like this, okay? So there's my first one. You can go along and fill in spaces if you want. You could put more color on there. Okay. I like a mix of colors like that. Okay, so there's my first one. And just going to pick it up and move it to the side. And oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. All right, I'm going to do another Zentangle tile. This one's going to be mostly the red. Okay, so other side first. And like I said, I'm not getting this side very wet. Just lightly across the back and then flip it. And then we're going to put more water on this one. And then get my brush wet, dip it in that red, and then just smooth it around. Now you can leave it where it has kind of bright areas or, you know, darker, but I think for this one, I want to just have a decent amount of red. And I think I'll go ahead and go to the edge. But watching Danigirl, this is how she does her tiles with multiple colors. And I encourage you to watch hers. And at the beginning, when she's getting a tile ready for one of her videos, she shows what she's doing. Okay. Just want to get it a little bit darker maybe. Okay, so just very simple. So this is what we're going to use today. This is the one that I'm going to draw on. And the patterns we're going to use are Flawcor. And I don't know how to say the M with an A. I've never seen that before, so I'm not sure. But Victoria Taeno Cuevas, CZT. And then Flitter Hearts by Barbara Duel Johnson, also a CZT. we'll be using that. I'm going to use a Micron pen, a blending tool known as a tortillion, a graphite pencil. This is just a number 2 pencil. And you are welcome to use any supplies that you have on hand. Okay, you don't have to use exactly what I have. And you don't have to have a colored tile. You can do this on any size. Okay. Oops, sorry about that. And I probably will use a red watercolor marker. Okay. So if you have colored pencils or watercolor markers, you can use anything or just use your black pen. Okay. So with this pattern, we're basically going to be doing almost like a question mark. Okay. Not quite as much of a dip there, but just give you an idea that we're going to put 6 of those on here. So let's kind of find the center, just a guess. So let's go for that. And so we're making hearts, okay? So we're going to come around almost like we're starting a heart, and then we're going to come down to the center, okay? So we're going to do that several times. Think of starting a heart. So it's not really an S, but it's going to come around and then curve in just a little bit. Mine are not all going to be the same, and that's okay. Some might be taller, some are shorter. Okay. And the next thing we're going to do is to R this. Let me turn on my other light and see if that helps. Okay. I'm going to start here. Aura, and then it's going to come down to the center. Okay, we're going to do that on all of these. Okay, just keep coming around. Doesn't matter if some of these are a little bit fatter than others. And again, coming down to the center. Okay, now we're going to make our hearts. So, see how it came around like this? And then there's that part. And then there. So that's kind of a heart. So we're just going to keep doing that. Finish the top of that heart. And then come around. This one's going to be a little lopsided, but it's okay. All right, just keep coming around. Okay, isn't that pretty? Just like that. And then one of the things that she does next is she puts a heart at the bottom of each of these. I'm going to have it point toward the center, and then she fills it in. Okay. I'll do that in the center of each of these. Okay. Turn in your tile. Remembering to breathe. Relax your shoulders. Relax your hand. And when I say this, it's because I'm reminding myself too. Okay. So this is the basic pattern, and you could, you know, make it look like these are coming all the way down and meeting in the center, but I'm not going to do that. One of the other things that she did was she put a heart here at the bottom of each of these. So let's do that. I think it's kind of cute, and I'm making them a little bit wonky. And we're going to put a little dot above that. And then just some lines coming up. And then just going to go ahead and show you this is where I'm going to add the red, just so you see how this is coming about. And now my tile looks very much pink. It's not red, but that's okay. So let's put those hearts in the center of each of these. And again, I'm just gonna put some lines coming down for a little bit of drama. And above that heart, I'm gonna put a dot. And keep in mind, this is your tile. You can do it any way you would like. I'm just combining some of the ideas that she had on her step outs. I always encourage you to go look at the step outs and again, make this your art. Okay, isn't that cute? Just tall, thin hearts. And again, you don't have to put those lines. We're going to put our little dot. I'm going to go ahead and fill these in. I'm a little disappointed that this doesn't look more red out here, but that's okay. I really like these watercolor pencils. It's a dual tip, which means this is a brush, and that's just kind of like a marker. Okay, then we'll let those dry while we do the rest of it. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is this one called Flitter Hearts by Barbara Johnson. And that one's just very simply, we're going to put 3 petals. Okay, and then on each side, we're going to put a little heart. Okay, and then I'm going to darken these. And then make these hearts red. I know I'm kind of jumping around here, but I hope that looks pretty to you. Not sure how those colors are looking. They almost look orange on my screen, but we'll see. Okay, so again, we're going to put 3 little petals. And then 3 hearts. I've been looking at patterns that have hearts or something good for Valentine's, and I finally looked at Barbara Johnson's Pinterest page, and I have found some really cute ones. So I will find a couple more tiles for you for Valentine's. Okay, now fill these in. Or you can leave yours open. Again, your art. Draw until you're happy with it. Okay, one more. Oops. Actually touched down there, that's okay. No mistakes. Okay. I'm going to use the, I don't know if you can read that or not. Anyway, it's Artist Loft. And it's a brand that's not so expensive. I don't usually color things in. I just don't know about this. You can look at what I've done and decide if you want to do that or not. That's the nice thing about watching somebody else's video. You can decide if you like it or not. Okay, I'm going to add some shading. So with my graphite pencil, I'm going to come down here and just add a little bit at the bottom of each of these. A little bit at the top where it comes together. Not putting a lot. And then where it looks like it's going under. Okay. A little bit on each side. Coming up from the middle. And then we'll come back with the tortillion, the blending tool, and we'll soften these. You could also do this shading with a red pastel pencil or with colored pencils. My favorite is to use either the graphite or pastel pencils. Okay, so now I'm going to bring this up and just soften it. And same thing, I'm mostly just softening the edges. Just barely soften that. We don't want to pull it all the way together. We want it to look like it's got kind of a highlight at the top of the heart. Okay, just very soft. Okay, just keep coming around. Relax your shoulders. Deep breath. This could make a really nice Valentine card. All right, what do you think? Yeah, I think next time I would try it maybe with red on these, but I actually don't have a red pastel pencil. So the next thing I'm going to try is I decided to grab my white jelly roll, and the first thing is to make sure it's working. So seems to be. And I thought, what about just putting like a little highlight on these? Okay. And when these dry, they're kind of not showing up much. You can go over them again. All right. We're going to add our chop. And this one can go in any direction. So I think I will. Okay, let's put it here. I like how Maria always hangs hers off of different parts. Okay, and then sign and date the back. And put, you know, whatever journal notes that you might like on the back. Make sure you put the name of the patterns so that if you decide to do this again, you'll know it and you'll know how to find the step outs. I always put links to step outs in the description below each video. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. So I didn't have another tile to show you. Well, I will show you. This was my practice tile. And the other side doesn't look so good. It's also practice. I spend a lot of time trying to make sure I know how to do a tile before I show you. So I did extra little hearts along here in case you want to do something like that. You could just put more little dots. Anything you would like to do, because this is your art. All right, thank you so much. If you enjoyed this, please hit the like button. Pause now. Hit the like button and then come back and share, leave comments. I love getting emails from you so that I can see your art, or I will see it on social media. And mostly come back again. I love you guys, and I love teaching. I love hearing from you, and appreciate you so very much. So I hope to see you again. Bye.